All right, a lot of us do some pretty major spring cleaning this time of year, or maybe we should be doing that, Nicole.
Yeah, you definitely should. Part of that process could also be taking advantage of the extra daylight saving time and the sunshine just to create some healthier habits.
Yep.
And that's why we have Anthony and Johnny, our coaches from Knockout Fitness in West Hartford. They are here to help us make it a little easier. So we're talking about spring cleaning, kind of fine-tuning some habits, including our workout habits?
Yeah, I guess spring cleaning is one way to put it.
Yeah, what are the biggest excuses you hear? I know, but my biggest excuse is, oh, I just don't have the time. I just don't have the time to exercise.
I think we could rank that #1.
Really?
Right?
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of the other excuses you hear?
There's a ton. There's a ton. I'm just not ready.
People are intimidated to get into a workout routine, I think. They're scared, right?
Yeah, they're intimidated, they're scared. I think that it's all the excuses you would use for almost anything else that you feel like you don't want to do right then and there. So we get a lot of those excuses, but at the end of the day, it comes down to time management, organization, and priority. I think the main word is priority.
Do people ever use expense as an excuse? Like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, it can be to join a gym membership, but you guys have been showing us ways that we could work out at home, which is very beneficial.
100%, but I really do bring it back to the word priority, right? I mean, everything costs money. Now, you can't go to the grocery store and spend, you know, $10. You might have to spend a little bit more, but you got to eat. That's a priority.
Right.
Yeah. I think that we have to make health a priority, and that is probably the ultimate excuse we hear that just crushes us.
But it's tough.
And when you look down the line too, you're investing in your health down the road, right? It's like an insurance policy you're buying into.
Like, this is my church, and I want to be good for my temple.
It's so true. It's so true. You're trying to minimize these medical bills. Preventative health care is fitness. That's what we are. You can, you know, get a membership from $50. You could spend $1,000, but at the end of the day, I think that everyone needs to make it a priority and then budget it in monthly. That's exactly what they really need to do, and we can help with that.
Quick question about that budget, too. I mean, you know, obviously, if money is an issue, there are some alternative ways. You guys have been showing us moves at home, even with, like, lifting wine bottles up if you don't even have dumbbells.
Yeah, and then drink them after.
And for those who are, just kidding, Wine Wednesday, for those who are budgeting in and they know what they can spend, and there are little trepidations about spending at, like a boutique fitness place or getting a personal trainer, what advice would you have for them? Is it worth the money?
Oh, 100%. And I truly believe that it's also about making a sacrifice. You know, coming back to the idea of priority, right? Making a sacrifice, and, you know, it doesn't always have to be, you know, the most expensive studio, but the idea is that you stick to something and you put a little skin in the game, you know, making it worth it.
I think that's absolutely true, putting skin in the game.
100%, because, you know, there are, you know, a ton of memberships out there that we can all agree that we don't use, and we see that monthly, you know, charge coming out of our account, but it's not enough to actually motivate us to go and use it. When there's a little skin in the game, now you're going to be like, all right, I need to make it worth it. I need to use it.
And what would you, if you had a choice, you know, I know not everybody can afford a personal trainer, but if you could get a personal trainer as opposed to just a regular gym membership, that's key. I mean, I just go to mine once a week, but he keeps me on track for the other the other workouts that I do on my own.
And do you feel like you're learning from those workouts where you can go on for the rest of the week and do
I know how to use the equipment. I know how to, you know, stuff like that. So things like that.
Absolutely, it holds you accountable. It's accountability.
Accountability is so huge.
You know, that charge is something that you look at and say, wow, that's so expensive, but first, you can't put a price on your health.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Second, it is going to hold you accountable to go. So like Scott is saying, it's education. You're learning what to do safely. You don't want to get hurt. And also, a lot of these programs, you got to ask what it entails. Like for us, for example, you get a 24/7 coach. You could contact us at any time, and we're going to be contacting you almost every single day to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing or what we need you to be doing.
That's good.
Excellent.
And you know, this is in the day and age, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you know, with Zoom, right? Like you can, there's really no excuses. If you can't physically get to certain places, there are so many things online. There are so many personal trainers that offer their services on Zoom as well, which is so helpful.
Which we do.
Yeah.
Did you get a haircut?
I did.
Looks good.
Hey.
What about me?
You look all right. He looks better.
You guys all look great.
That's just today. All right, you can get more information about Knockout Fitness, including personal training sessions and nutrition plans, by checking them out in West Hartford, or you can go to knockoutfitnessct.com. Anthony and Johnny, thanks. We'll see you guys
so much,
next week.